Welcome to Soul Confessions.
Is it started?
It started.
Oh.
Laura,
Yes.
my new friend here.
She's not new.
You get to start. What is your soul confession?
I get to start. So I have a question about this soul confession. Maybe I should have
Okay.
asked earlier. Is this a running confession or just a confession?
It is anything that your heart desires needs to come out
Okay.
into the world. And it's very important for
Okay.
us to know.
Well, I'm a little afraid that this will be my whole personality from now on. And I discovered this running, but it's not really a running confession. I am Henry Winkler's biggest fan.
Okay.
Not Henry Winkler as the Fonz, like Henry Winkler as the dorky old guy who's going around now on a bunch of podcasts and just being funny and just being himself. And he's like 80 or something, and he's just the funniest. So I'm hoarding podcasts.
You're seeking him out.
I am seeking him out.
That's awesome. Lynette is next, and Lynette and I are sharing microphones today. So, Lynette, here's your microphone.
It's soul confession time.
Yes, ma'am.
We're each sharing a soul confession. Okay. My soul confession isn't very juicy this week, but just an update on where I'm at. I have not ran in 2026. I'm suffering from what we're going to call tendonitis in my post-tibial tendon. And we're just working through that. So not any trail running stories and soul confessions from me this week, but I'm here, I'm healing, and I'm going to get back there.
Lynette, we miss you. However, I also have not been running. I've run twice since the beginning of the year. I'm trying to think if I have a soul confession. I guess I can confess that this is a fake tooth. And so I have a lot really that's been going on since the beginning of the year. And mind you, all things have happened in the first week. But yeah, so my soul confession is that not all my teeth are real.
Well, not all my teeth are real, so.
All my teeth are real.
Wow.
You don't have a single cavity?
I have a very small filling, but my tooth is still real.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess my teeth are half teeth, but the tooth that's
Mine too.
cracked, I have glued it back on. So I guess technically it's real, but it
Fake.
won't. Oh, really?
Yeah, my
All
front
the
two teeth. I
front
knocked my
teeth?
front two teeth out.
How'd you do that?
Car accident.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Shoot. All right, well, let me welcome us here. I am going to welcome you guys to Soul Confessions, the podcast where age is just a number on an elevator chart and overshadowing. Wait, let me get closer. I can't see.
So age is just a number, but it affects the eyes.
Wait. All right. Welcome to Soul Confessions, the podcast where age is just a number on the elevation chart and oversharing is part of the warm-up. We're your hosts, Natty G.
Lynette Gray.
Oh, and Laura Pfeiffer.
Laura Pfeiffer.
I didn't realize I was a
joined
host.
the show. What's
I
that?
didn't realize I was a co-host.
Oh, you are now.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you can come and go as you please because you're a mom of 3, and so we understand if you don't make it to all of them. But
Okay.
yeah, we've talked about you from the get-go, so
I'm in.
she's in. We're just some average Janes here who love to run long miles, dusty trails, and questionable race decisions, and talking about all of it because that's what we do while we're running. And so we thought we would just, bring it here because, maybe you don't have a group of awesome friends. And we feel pretty privileged in Bentonville, Arkansas, where there's millions of runners everywhere and cyclists. And so maybe we'll be in your ear. Each week we're going to confess what really happens behind the bibs, farts, Imodium, mental squirrels and all, while we chase big goals on the road, trail, and gravel. If you're out there trying to get stronger or longer and still have, what is that sentence? If you're out there trying to get stronger, go longer, and still have fun doing it, you're in the right place.
Woohoo.
We did it. Did you guys write your letters?
My letter has been written and put in my joy jar.
You put your letter in your joy jar. Oh, that's a smart idea. Mine's under my bed.
Mine is still on my phone, but I wrote it. It was bad, but I wrote it.
That's very technologically advanced of you.
Well, I also did it in bullet points because that is how I write.
My husband also did a letter, and he asked me if he could do it in bullet points. I thought it was really cute. He wanted permission on the format of the letter to himself.
I mean, I will admit, I spent a ridiculous amount of time trying to figure out if I'm writing as January me writing to December me, or if I'm writing as December me looking back to January me. And I went back and forth, and I was like, it was rough.
Well, I basically wrote a letter to my future self, and it did not include getting stitches in my knee or breaking a tooth. So far, my letter is not coming true. I do have some things in my joy jar, but I want to take them out. Is that a thing, Lynette?
You are not allowed to go back in the joy jar until December 31st when you read the joy.
But it's no longer a joy, Lynette.
But it was a joy when you put it in there.
It was a joy, yes. So I might as well just lay everything all out there.
Okay.
We went for a run. Laura was there. Lynette is mending. And I tripped on a rock, sailed through the air, and busted my knee wide open and had to get picked up and taken to urgent care. So,
After she walked like a half a mile on the trail out.
yeah, I couldn't feel it at that point. So, and I think I was in shock. So I was able to it wasn't really walking. I was straight legging it and using my other foot to like tiptoe out off the trail.
But you made it.
I did make it, got picked up. And then long story short, got stitches, really wide stitches. That is a topic for another conversation. These stitches are so far apart. And the only thing I could think is the vet, the doctor, the doctor maybe wanted it to be wide so it could weep since it was on my joint line and there's a lot of movement there. But in my understanding is when you do stitches on a joint line, you want your stitches to actually be close together. So I'm not really sure what her thinking was, and I should have asked questions when I looked down and I was like, what is going on with this situation? But whatever, it's fine. The next night, my dog chased a squirrel, ran into something, and it just basically gloved his arm. And so I then had to take him to the vet to get stitches. So now I have stitches, my dog has stitches.
It's actually adorable.
It is adorable. Yeah. And then my tooth fell out the day after that. So my tooth fell out on the 7th. So that was the first 7 days of my year. Was that?
But let's pretend that you had something in your joy jar. All of that doesn't erase the joy. It just, you got to have the lows to have the highs.
What did you write on your joy jar card that you want to take back?
So I called my dentist the next day and he got me in and he glued my tooth back on and I was super stoked about that. And I came home, I'm like, I've got something for the joy jar. This is going to be great. I wrote a long thing, stuck it in the joy jar, and then the tooth popped off.
I mean, so to follow Laura's argument, in that moment, you were feeling joy when you wrote it. So you do have joy.
The fact that the tooth could be glued back on means that it can continue to be glued back on. So it's not like the tooth popped off and then I realized I had to have it extracted.
Right. Yeah, and it didn't
because
hurt
it didn't work.
because it's already a dead tooth.
Yeah.
I have a 10-year saga with this tooth. So the tooth is now being treated by Dr. Amazon. I ordered some dental care kit. I'm going to call my dentist again on Monday, and so we can discuss what my options are. Good times. All right, joy jar.
Well, I'm not sharing my joy till the end of the year. Yeah, yeah. I have a joy jar.
Right, I had a question.
There are things in the joy jar, but you will not know what they are until I'll share a couple at the end of the year.
Okay.
I put something in the joy jar today.
I did want to discuss the fact that we tried a David and Megan Roach training plan, Lynette and I, and it basically was how far in did we make it? 3 weeks. We made it 3 weeks into an 8-week building block power gonna kick ass plan, and then we both crumbled. I was sort of like right off the bat not digging the fact that strides and speed work were back to back, but I didn't want to mess with the plan either because they are the mothership sort of in some ways, and so I'm like, I'm not going to mess with this. And then the day that I was thinking, I'm going to talk to Lynette about this because I don't like it. It hurts, and I'm too old for this shit. I'm not a 22-year-old boy. So I was going to message Lynette when Lynette then messaged me.
To talk about my ankle, correct? Because Natalie's husband just happens to be a physical therapist, so she's the friend I would just reach out to in times when all of a sudden I had to do a walk of shame home because I was trying to do a workout and got 2 miles in. Ankle pain was just so severe, like nothing I had experienced before, and had to walk the next 2 miles home. So, that moment when you're just like, what happened to my body? This isn't right. How do I fix it? So, got to talk with Trey. We're working through it.
Yeah, we might bring Trey down here and do a little part 2 because maybe someone out there is dealing with the same thing, and he's going to go over some exercises and like a progression so she can get back to running in 2 weeks. Yes. So
And how far is your race in 2 weeks?
25K.
Okay.
But it's flat, and it's not rocky or ruddy, and you have an 8-hour time limit.
Oh,
These are all factors.
do you want to spend 8 hours going 25K?
If it's pretty.
Okay.
Not
I mean, are you doing it with
necessarily.
friends?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah.
Yes.
All right. Done.
But
I'll run 8 hours with friends.
as a responsible person who's going to listen to my body first, if I'm not where I need to be, I will call it and gladly take my race t-shirt and watch my friends finish and cheer them on.
for me, sometimes it's about the shirt and the medal. That's all I really care about.
I won't get the medal if I don't
I
finish.
didn't think about that.
Sometimes you don't even get the shirt if you don't finish.
You get the shirt at packet pickup the day
Okay.
before. I checked.
Well, this is my thing about the Bentonville Half Marathon is
Yeah.
you get the race shirt when pack pickup. You don't get the
Finisher
long
hoodie.
sleeve hoodie unless you actually finish. And I keep going out of town, and I'm like, I want the hoodie. I will run your race at a different date, but
You did it this year?
I did it this year, and I got the hoodie.
It was a
And
nice
of course,
one
it doesn't
this year.
fit, but what can you expect?
I don't think I have a single thing that fits from that race. I have one of the hoodies from the first year that I did it when I learned always go with the smallest size. I can literally put a belt around it and wear it as a dress if I wanted to.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so big.
I went for the kid size in the race shirt, or was it the kid size in the hoodie? Whichever one. The kid size is just shorter and wider. It's not narrower. So anyway, it's going to be wide unless I go for an even smaller kid size, and then it just looks like a crop top, which
Yeah.
I'm not going for.
Yeah. I get it. I
Yeah.
understand. So, should we talk about our awesome board that we have going on over here?
Do you
So-
need help pointing at things? I can
For
point.
for those of you who are listening, you should go to YouTube because we have a whiteboard in the background, and we plan on keeping track of a few things this year. And so we are keeping track of our kilometers because 2026 miles is really long, and none of us want to do that. Except this one right here, Laura ran 2025 miles this year, which she
Accidentally.
Blames-
They made me do it.
blames us Lynette and I for it.
Right. Who ran way fewer miles, but
Yes.
somehow we're to blame because she came into our running crew when we were training for ultra marathons.
And you kept saying, hey, let's run 18 miles tomorrow. And I said, okay.
Yeah, she can't say no. It's one of her weaknesses.
I can say
and we,
no
we
to
utilize
stupid
it
things, but
to running.
well, yeah. I
If
can't
someone's
say
going running, she's like,
that.
darn
That's
it,
rarely stupid.
I want to go.
Yeah, so we're not doing that. And those of you who are, I want to say congratulations. You guys rock. But we're going the kilometer route. So January's blank. I think Laura is the only one who's really done anything substantial so far this year. We're going to keep track of a few other things, and you guys are welcome to keep track of these same things with us. So we're keeping track of our biggest day effort, which is Laura in the first place because she ran 16 miles the day that I tripped and busted my knee wide open.
But Natalie would have run that had she not tripped and busted her knee.
And I probably would have gotten most VERT because my watch is nicer than Laura's watch.
It's true.
Yeah. And so Laura also has most VERT. She's at 2,159 feet. So she is kicking butt. We are also keeping track of falls this year. Natty has one. That's me. And so hopefully that will be it because nobody needs to be falling. And for it to count, so if you decide you're going to keep track of the same thing, for it to count, both hands have to hit the ground for it to be considered a full fall. Because people trip. Tripping is not a fall. A fall is a fall. So both hands on the ground. Or a hand on a tree and one hand on the ground. Like it's got to be a legitimate fall.
Or whole side of your body on the ground.
Yeah, or if you're on the ground and you have to get up off the ground, you get a point.
I'm like, I don't want to say that we need to draw blood, but because you could fall both hands on the ground and not draw blood. But most of the time, if it's a fall that drew blood, that's a fall.
Do you get 2 points if it draws blood? Do you get extra points?
I mean, I feel like you could get extra points for blood. You get even more points for stitches.
You should get a point for each stitch. Yeah.
I don't want
This is
any
not a game
points.
I want to win.
Yeah, these are not desirable.
There it goes.
Knew that was coming.
There goes the board. The board agrees with you, Lynette. The board fell over. The other thing we're going to keep track of is states and countries that we go to run. I don't plan on going to any other countries, but Lynette is going somewhere awesome in June.
Slovenia and Croatia, 2 countries.
Ooh.
So I think we already know who's going to win that.
I'm going to lose this one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going out of the country.
This is the one you want to win.
Yes. Yeah, there's points and prizes at the end. So
Prizes? I didn't know about prizes.
yeah, so I was
Pancakes.
I was thinking probably. I was thinking we could make each other like medals and crowns. So we can devise our own for the winners of whatever we choose. I shouldn't be flinging this around while I'm talking. I think I still have my wand in my hand that was pointing at the board for those of you who are not watching this happen. What else should we talk about? Anything else?
I think we should talk about Laura. Get to know Laura a little better. Shouldn't
Uh-oh.
we?
You know,
Dangerous.
I listened to the first 2 podcasts. It was fantastic. I was like, I'm running with my friends. This is great. And I thought about, if they asked me questions, how would I answer them? And then now, complete blank. Nothing at all in my head. None. So,
We'll do basic questions.
okay.
When did you start running?
I pathetically ran track in high school. By that, I mean I was asked, because I have one speed. I have always had one speed. And so I was asked, but I can run distance. Well, I can run one speed. I don't have a fast speed. Let's just say
She lies. I've run with her.
I don't have a sprinting speed. Like the speed I can run 1 mile is the same speed I run 100 feet. Like it's if I'm trying to run my mile the fastest, like that's just the fastest I go. Like there's no faster than that. So in high school, I was asked to run the 1 mile and the 2 mile in track as slow as humanly possible and still make it look like I was making effort so that the actual good people who could run fast, because it was like you had the 1 mile and then there was like a couple of sprint races and then you had the 2 mile race, and some of the people did both of those. And so I was asked to run as slow as humanly possible so that those people who ran fast and finished had time to rest up before their next event. So, I'm good for something. And then, I ran a little bit in college because there's nothing better to do. But then when I was 21, I was in a car accident and was told I'd never walk again. And then I'd probably never run again. And I'm like, that's just ridiculous. So I was like, well, clearly now I have to run. I started running for real kind of after that. And because I don't always make the best decisions, I was with some friends in college and we're like, let's run a marathon. No 5K, no 10K, not like work your way. No, let's run a marathon. Let's see if we can do it.
Yeah,
So,
why would you want to do a half marathon first? I feel the same way. Yeah.
so I started running that. I ran for, college and after college for a bit, mostly marathons, some half marathons. Completely stopped running when I had kids and then just started up again 10 years ago, maybe.
And we are very happy you started back up. Or we never would have met you.
No.
And that's sad. What keeps you running?
I love it. I mostly like running with friends. So I did the 4 of the first 5 marathons. So I did 5 marathons before I had kids. And for 4 of them, I ran with friends. So whatever speed they wanted to run, that's the speed we're running. That's like I run with you. I don't set my own goals. That'd be crazy. Are you kidding? No, I like to run when someone says, "Hey, you want to run?" Yes, I do. So that's kind of what keeps me training, is because I'm like, well, I have to be able to say yes when you say, hey, let's run something ridiculous tomorrow.
Back 40, you recently ran the whole 40 mile, 2 loops. Tell us about that.
Well, that one, I blame you.
She's pointing at us.
I kind of had in my head, so I moved to Bella Vista 2 years ago. And I had been here to visit a lot. My mom lives here. So I'd been here to visit a lot. I love the back 40. I had hiked the whole thing before. I liked running pieces of it or whatever. But when I moved here, I'm like, well, I'm getting older. So I ran my last marathon in California. And I was like, well, now I'm done with long distance. And then I moved here. I'm like, but the back 40 race is on the back 40. And that's my home trail. So I should run the 20 mile for that. And I ran the 20 and the last 2 years, and I thought, this is fantastic. And then this year, because you guys were running ultras, and so I had kind of trained with you for that, and I was signed up for a 10K. And it just kind of seems stupid to run, 20 miles one day and 15 the next to train for a 10K.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm already kind of trained for this. I'm not going to train for this again. So let's just use this training that I have and sign up for it. And I believed I could finish in the cutoff time. I didn't think it would go well, like necessarily, but I'm like, I can finish it though in the cutoff time. And that's really my only goal. Natty, you had signed up for the 40 mile, and Lynette, you signed up for 13 and then switched to 20. So we're all going to do a loop, and then Natty and I will just do a second loop.
Just a second loop.
Just a second loop. It'll be fine.
Yeah, totally fine.
So, and like the first 13-ish miles, the first 7 or 8, we were all together, and that was fun. And then Natty, you started hurting a little bit, and so you were like,
I was having some mental, emotional issues.
but this is also weeks after you did 100 miles, and then you had done the Beast of Burden the week before. Yeah, so
it was just a bad idea.
Yeah. I wasn't entirely surprised that you decided this was not a good idea, and I'm proud of you. I think that was a good decision.
My coach was proud of me too. I didn't suffer through it, and just once I was sort of over it, I pulled the plug, and that was the right decision.
Yeah.
So I've gotten good at that.
Yeah. So then Lynette and I continued probably till mile 10-ish or something. And then I decided, and it was going well enough, but I was like, I am going to need a bathroom, and I know there's one like a mile ahead, and I am going to get to it. So I just took off. I'm like, I need to hit the bathroom. So I ran and got to the bathroom. And as I was coming out, you were going in. And then you were like, just go. And I was like, all right. So then I was like, I guess I'm running the rest of it. So I
She
ran.
was running strong.
So
She
I
was having fun and feeling it.
I was feeling it till about mile 15. And then I'm like,
no.
God damn it, 25 more miles to go. Like, what the hell was I thinking? I finished the first loop, and then and Natty was back at the start, and so I chatted with her for a bit, and I was like, I am going to change into a short sleeve shirt, which means I have to take the bib off the old shirt and put the bib on the new shirt, and then I'm going to have a peanut butter sandwich, and then I'm going to use the bathroom while I'm here, and I'm going to refill my water, and I'm going to chat with some people, and Lynette should be coming in soon, so maybe I'll wait for her and say hi, and I was not in a hurry. No, there was no hustle. I think I was there for like 20 minutes or something, getting ready to go out on the second loop. I went then out on the second loop, and the first 5 miles were just like, this is going to, I don't know if this is not necessarily looking good. And then the only way I can explain is my body was just like, I guess this is what we're doing today. Let's get this over with as fast as we can.
Yeah.
So then I just felt better, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to run. And so I ran, and
That food kicked in.
the food kicked
Yeah.
in. Yeah. I had lots of random food at the aid station. I stopped to chat with the aid station people. That was fun.
Yeah.
I would say the last 15 miles or so felt pretty good.
Oh, good.
So,
Nice.
and then I was just like, with like 2 miles to go, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to be done. There's only 2 miles. I can just keep going. And then I was coming out of the trail. The last, I don't know, half a mile or so is on Greenway, and I heard cowbells. And I love cowbells. Cowbells are like my favorite thing. So I come out of the trail, and you guys were both there with cowbells cheering me on. And I was like,
Yep.
this is so exciting, but I have to finish. So I was like, I'm going to run as fast as I can to finish. And so I just took off, and I was like running as fast as I can. And I was like, I feel like I still hear cowbells. And I didn't realize Lynette was running
Just
behind me,
chased her
carrying
down.
the cowbell. She's like, I want to get a picture, but you're running too fast. I'm like, that was my fastest mile, the last mile.
Wow.
Very fast.
That's
Yeah,
a great negative split.
And it was of course, it was like up that stupid hill that Natty and I did for hill repeats multiple times.
It's
That's
a
how it
good. It's a
finishes.
good stride, like
Uh-huh.
for hill repeats for
Yeah.
strides.
Yeah.
It
So-
literally takes 20 seconds to get to the top.
Yeah. But I was running towards it, and I start going up the hill, and I see the clock, and I'm like, it is 7:59 something. And I'm like, oh, I could make it under 8. And I was like, I cannot go any faster. I have one speed.
So wait, what was your time?
8 hours, 0 minutes, and like 3 seconds.
Oh, dang.
So somewhere in the stupid part of my brain is like, I need to run it again and finish under 8 hours. I do not need to run this again. I do not. Like,
That's how it starts.
I
could do this
retired.
better.
I have retired. I mean, we'll see how things are going in the fall.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are running a lot, then I might
Yeah.
be running a lot, and so yeah.
So you have no plans, no races on the calendar for
I
2026?
Nothing on the calendar because I don't know how my calendar is going to look. Like, if I'm in town for the Bentonville Half, I will run that. At the moment, I don't think I will be. My oldest kid is getting ready to go to college, so kind of like my goal for the year is to make that happen and try to keep it all together, which some days will go better than others. So I'm trying to not necessarily schedule things that will take me out of
Yeah.
present moment. But theoretically, if he goes to college in the fall, I will have all of fall to be running and not thinking.
Awesome.
So,
One of my plans that we had talked about last week was Desert Rats, and it's full. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm flailing at this point. I'm borderline kind of depressed. I think just not, I don't have a coach anymore. I don't have plans. I've just been painting my kitchen. That's it. A lot of painting my kitchen and trying to figure out what is next. And I've been looking at race calendars, but because I'm not really working that much other than, house stuff, have a hard time justifying spending the money on a coach and spending the money on a big race. So I've been trying to think about what that looks like and what that means for me. And it makes me think that maybe what I should do is focus on a big race in the fall and do 100 miles in the fall and either like repeat Arkansas Traveler or do a different one. Arkansas Traveler was awesome, but I didn't take much in. I was so focused on making it to each aid station. Like that was the plan. That's the way I was going to finish. It was going to be just going from aid station to aid station. And so I wasn't in it so much as I was focused. And so part of me would like to do it again because I think I'd be able to take little bits of it more in. But then I'm also that kind of person who really likes to, because I know that I don't have a bunch of 100s left in me. I know that I don't have a bunch of marathons left in me. And so like I want to have more experiences. And so I'm thinking maybe a different 100-miler, but one that isn't so far away.
So the weekend you did Arkansas Traveler. Jenny did one in Kansas, which is not that far.
I don't want to run in Kansas.
Okay. Done. I don't know how you feel if Oklahoma is much better.
Not
but-
really.
okay.
I want, so
I'm just thinking close.
yeah, I know. I want it to, I really want to run CCC. And so it has to be something that gets me stones. And I don't know that there's anything close that gets me stones. I'd have to definitely travel.
Okay.
But
Have you looked at the Oris series?
Yeah, they're not for that, though.
No. Okay. I don't know. I just know that they do bigger races. They're more towards Little Rock, which is close, but not.
yeah. Yeah, no. So I'm just kind of, I'm torn. I'm a little bit torn. I'm like, I feel like I'm floating a little bit. And so, yeah.
I think it's hard because you're injured now too, and it's hard to sign up for a race when you don't know what the healing process looks like 100%. There's no crystal ball.
I mean, I can't sign up for things, and I'm fine. So
Well, I will figure it out. I'll look again, and it's just anything that is like I was thinking 100K in the spring and then 100 miles in the fall, but 100Ks are also expensive. And the guys from Cosmic are doing 100 miles in February. And of course, they're taunting me and saying, oh, you'll be fine. You could do it. And I'm just like, how old are you? Are you 30?
they're in their 20s.
One
Yeah.
is 30. Colton is 30.
Oh, well.
I don't know how old Jordan is, but yeah, I think Colton just turned 30.
Uh-huh.
I think Jordan might be a little older than in his
Yeah.
later 30s, I think. So.
Yeah. So
But they're like bulletproof.
they are still bulletproof. They don't understand the toll. So like when Jordan was asking me about the stitches in my knee, and I was like, oh, probably only take me out like a week. It's taking me longer. It's a week today, and the stitches aren't ready to come out.
To be fair, I thought you were crazy when you said it'd only be a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, okay, she's optimistic.
I'm always optimistic. When I broke my wrist, they had a weight hanging from my arm and 3 fingers dangling because they were trying to straighten it. And I was supposed to run a 50-miler the next weekend. So this was a Sunday when I broke my wrist. I'm hanging there and asking the doctor if I was still going to be able to run 50 miles on Saturday. And they just looked at me and they were like, well, if you really feel like you could run 50 miles on Saturday, by all means. And I was like, okay, that's great. That's all I needed to hear. Yeah, no. 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 Mm-mm.
Are they running Silamo in February or somewhere else?
Love it.
Love it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And if there were 100K, I'd do it. There's a 50 miler. And so part of me is like, could I just chill out and do 50 miles? Why does it have to be 100K? 100K is only 12 miles farther. Like, what's the big deal? So maybe I could do 50 miles. And then I'm there with friends. And
Yeah. The 50K that I did last year is in Springfield, Missouri. Also, might not be a place you want to run, but
I have run there. I did the
okay.
Bass Marathon there.
So, but that I know that is because they do a 50K, but they do a 50 mile, they do a marathon. I think they do a half marathon and they do an 8K. And I'm pretty sure that the marathon is a BQ qualifier. So it's like it is a legit race.
But that's road.
No, it's gravel. It's rail trail.
Oh, I see.
So I think it was in the 50K. I think I had like 560 feet of elevation or something. But they do have a 50 miler there.
Okay.
It's not expensive. I signed up the Tuesday before I ran
Okay.
on Saturday.
Love It doesn't look expensive either. When is that race?
That is, I believe, April 25th this year. Might be April 27th. It was April 26th last year. So it's either a day before or a day
so
after.
that's
I can't remember
that's
how the
better
calendar
timing
works.
than February.
Yeah. That gives you a little more time. I think it's like a week or two after Ragnar.
Isn't there like a Wachita something in April too, where it's a 50 miler?
Yes. Yeah.
But it might be the same day as your Ragnar, which is in April, so you have to remember
There's
that.
something-
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a
there's
lot of
something
conflicts with the.
on top of it. Yeah.
Nettie, are you officially signed up for the Ragnar?
I am officially signed up for Ragnar.
What are you on a?
I'm on an 8-person
You
team.
are on an
I don't
8-person
even
team.
consider Ragnar to be a race.
Okay. No, it's not.
It's just stupid. It's stupid fun.
Yes.
So that's why I do it.
Yeah. Lynette, are you signed up for Ragnar?
No, and I won't be.
Okay.
I'm doing a gravel ride that day, the double barrel.
Double barrel?
gravel
Okay.
With Matt, so we can
Yeah.
use my nice
I think
gravel
Tom
bike.
did that last year.
I did a bunch of Ragnars when I was up in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I did 2. It was like the Northwoods in Wausau, Wisconsin, and one that was from Milwaukee to Chicago on roads. So I had fun with it.
Yeah.
But we did the glamping when it was first out. So everything was set up for you and you had your own cleaned, heated bathrooms.
Ooh.
It was worth the upcharge for that.
So we did glamping last year when the freaking tornado came through the north part of it. I have never experienced a more chaotic situation. Like, I was trying to sleep. My very good friend Heather, who flew down from Vermont to do Ragnar with my team, my eyes opened and her and I were both, so she was all the way at the bottom of her cot. I was all the way at the bottom of my cot. Water pouring down the cot. Both of us were just like, oh, God, it was so awful. And just torrential rain. And then they kept...
And lightning.
They kept doing these
Like,
2-hour holds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then eventually, I think Heather woke me up because she got up at some point and she woke me up and was like, do you want to keep going? And I was like, I looked at her and I was like, they're letting people out in this? Like, people are out there? And she was like, well, there's people out there, but they keep putting holds because of the lightning. And I'm like, this is... like, people should not be out there. This is, like, bad. And so yeah, no, I don't need to continue. That this is not like my A race. This is a fun race. So yeah, we canned it. Everybody can. Like, everybody was packing up their tents.
Darcy did not. Darcy's team finished.
Why does that not surprise me?
They were so determined to finish, like the pickle people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did not can it. And Jenny and Debbie were on a team, and they fought hard. They were like, "Nope, we're not canceling. We're not quitting. We're not quitting. We're not quitting." And like half the team was like, "Let's just quit." But
Yeah.
they're captain was like, no, we're not quitting. We're
Yeah.
not quitting. And then finally, I think they did end
Yeah.
up quitting. But
I
they
think-
held out for a lot longer than the rest of us.
I think Ragnar for some people is really serious.
Yeah.
And so I get it. When I have a serious race, like it takes a lot. And then if it gets canceled or something happens, it's very disappointing. So I do get it. But man,
That's not how I run anything.
like literally a tornado
yeah.
was just north of the storm.
And the lightning was not away. The lightning was
right
there.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Fun. Good times.
Good times. I keep thinking about that SNL skit, the muffins. They're like, this muffin is really good. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
They got Betty White on there, and Betty was like, nothing. Betty White was like, I like to make my muffins salty, and they're like, So funny. So I don't know why I keep thinking of that, because we have to talk close into these microphones for it to pick up really well, and I want to go, Oh my goodness. Okay. Anything else? So,
Sounds
Laura,
good. Yes.
welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. And
too.
hopefully we can keep this going. And just so everyone knows, if you've made it this far, then you've already heard it. We're on YouTube. And this is the week that I'm actually going to start trying to post stuff. I haven't posted anything because I wanted to have a few podcasts under the belt before, saying, hey, guess what about the old ladies who trail run and do stuff?
I
So
refuse to be an old lady. I am older
No,
than you guys, but
we
refuse to be an old lady.
we're aged like good cheese. Well, no, the point is, like, what about us menopausal women who are out there still trying to kick ass, and nobody's out there talking about how awesome we are, and so we figured that's what we would do.
That's true. We
So
are.
here
Awesome.
we are. We're fucking awesome. Okay. I wrote a thing. It's called an outro. I learned this. Thanks for hanging out with us on Soul Confessions. If today's episode kept you company on a run, walk, or drive, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Drop your own trail story or soul confession in the comments or reviews. We love hearing from fellow average Janes out there chasing big goals. Until next time, keep those souls moving and the squirrels in your head running in the right direction. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.